Hey, what is up, my fish tank guys and girls? Yeah, it's been a minute. Now, since it's been many months since I've posted an update, a lot of things have changed, not only with me, but with my aquariums, with what I'm going to be doing moving forward. So I have quite a bit to talk about, but I'm going to try to keep it fairly brief. Now, let's start with kind of me. This is going to be kind of quick. It's since February of earlier this year. It was February 2023, thankfully. But that was the last time I posted. Now, it's been a long time because I guess there have been a few reasons. One of the reasons is just that I've kind of been involved in other hobbies. I've gotten into other things. I actually started learning the drums. So I started doing that in my free time, less with fish stuff. But also I was feeling kind of uninspired when it came to creating things for the channel. I was finding it hard to come up with new content, aside from things that would cost me either more money or more time. And actually, around February earlier this year, I was already getting frustrated with some of the issues that I was having with my saltwater tanks, including the Fluval EVO. Now, for those of you who have followed the channel, you know that I had an issue with some palitoxins being released in my tank. I also had to use ChemiClean at one point. And essentially what happened is I fell behind on my water change schedule and I started to lose some of my favorite things in the tank. I lost my torch coral, I lost my fathead dendro, I lost my frog spawn. There were numerous coral throughout the tank that were just dying off. If I were to take a look at, hindsight is, what do they say? Your vision is 2020. Hindsight vision is 2020. If I were to say what happened, it's that I got a little overconfident with the tank. The tank was looking incredible. It was my favorite tank, and I started adding a lot to it. I added more coral. I added a plate coral, and adding all of these coral meant that I was removing the nutrients from the water a lot faster, and I was not keeping up with my water changes. So essentially what happened is I was experiencing alkalinity swings. The alkalinity would be slowly dropping in the tank, and then I would do a big water change, and all of a sudden the alkalinity would skyrocket. And for Euphyllia coral, such as the torch, such as the frog spawn, they do not like those major swings in alkalinity, and that is why I began to lose them. So I started to become frustrated with the Fluval EVO. This is probably something that a lot of saltwater enthusiasts go through, but I was having a hard time keeping up with those water changes. In addition, I purchased that JBJ tank I did a video on, so I was trying to do water changes there. I was trying to start the 5-gallon saltwater tank. I was trying to do water changes there, and then I also still have the BioCube, and I was trying to do water changes there, and I simply could not keep up with it. So what I started to realize is that because of the YouTube channel and trying to come up with more content, I was essentially just stressing myself out, coming up with new things to do. And when you boil it all down to one thing, I was making a lot more work for myself. And this is not my primary job, clearly. This is just mainly for fun. I do get a little ad revenue, but not much. So I was spending a lot of time, effort, trying to manage and juggle all these things, and I simply couldn't keep up. And after that last video I posted in February, I just basically ran out of steam. So that brings us to now, and what am I going to do with the channel moving forward? Now, for those of you who have followed me for however many years I've been on here, it's been quite a while now, at least 8 to 10 years. You'll know that I've done this. I've disappeared and I've come back, and I said, hey, I'm going to be better than ever. I'm going to post every week. And so I'm actually not going to do that this time. I'm not going to end the channel. I'm not going to completely walk away from it, but I'm also not promising that I'm going to make weekly videos, bi-weekly videos. There's going to be no schedule really. I'm just going to kind of post content here or there as I see fit, but it's definitely not going to be something that I kind of try to keep up with and manage and maintain as I did in the past. Now, unfortunately, I've had to make some tough decisions, and that is that basically that boils down to me making the hobby easier for myself. So you'll notice that the 5-gallon saltwater tank videos, they did not continue. I tore that down, got rid of it. The JBJ tank that I was going to use to grow coral and then kind of like, you know, split off pieces of coral and sell and whatnot, that's going to be emptied, and I'm going to be getting rid of that. And it really hurts me to say, but for now, the Fluval EVO is going to be a shell of what it once was. I say that it's going to be a shell of what it once was because I'm not going to dismantle and take down the tank and put it away, but it is no longer going to be a saltwater aquarium, which I know, oh man, it hurts. It hurts. I love this tank so much. This is my favorite tank for the longest time. But because of the smaller water volume and me trying to juggle all these things, these different hobbies that I have, you know, my gosh, my like family life, which takes up a majority of my time, right? There's not enough time left over for me to successfully keep this tank and successfully keep the BioCube as saltwater tanks. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be converting this tank into a freshwater tank. I looked into planted freshwater aquariums, and a few of the first articles I read talked about weekly water changes, and I'm out. So it's going to be fake plants, fake little decor, some nice little freshwater fish. I will do a video on getting that set up and going because there are plenty of people out there who want to have fish tanks in their home. They're going to go the freshwater route. It's easier, it's less expensive, and they still need to have some advice on what to do when they first get started. So this is going to be converted. I'm actually going to keep pretty much everything as is except for the light. I've found what I think is a suitable replacement light that is not as high intensity. It's very inexpensive, budget friendly. I will be doing a review on that, and then I will be talking about if it fits or not. I'll probably be removing the power head and maybe some of the filtration media. I probably don't need it all for the freshwater tank, but other than that, it's going to stay here. It's going to be on my desk. When it was at its peak and its prime, I loved looking at it and enjoying it. So hopefully I can do the same with a nice freshwater tank and just sort of have some fish, and the maintenance on it is going to be much, much lower than it is now with Fluval EVO. So what else will I be talking about on this channel if the Fluval EVO is gone, the 5-gallon is gone, the JBJ is gone? The BioCube still exists. Now the sad part about the BioCube is it's upstairs in my living room, which is where we are most of the time. It's kind of in our entryway, which is where most of the guests that come over to our house walk through. They see that tank, they go, "Oh, is that a saltwater tank?" And I'm kind of embarrassed to say yes, because for a long time it's looked like garbage sauce. So I'm going to show you guys a little clip of what it looks like now, very briefly as kind of a teaser, because I'm going to do a video on the BioCube. And I'm also going to talk about the algae scrubber that I purchased for the BioCube. Many people wanted to know about it, if it works, how well does it work? And all I want to tell you guys right now is that I probably did no water changes on that tank for 3 to 4 months. And after I scraped off the coralline algae that was all on the glass, and I did a water change, I had zero green hair algae. So take that for what you will, but I will be doing a full review of the algae scrubber. I thought about doing an algae scrubber here because I think it would be very beneficial, but they're kind of expensive, and ultimately I would still be anxious about doing water changes and making sure I keep up with the tank. So again, this is going freshwater, BioCube staying saltwater. We will do some videos on the BioCube. We will do some videos on the EVO. We'll do some videos maybe on some products and different things like that. And then if you guys have questions or you know, if I have frequently asked questions about different things in the hobby, I will do videos on those. So I will still be around, but it's not going to be a weekly. I'm not going to sit here and promise a bunch of content. I can't do more saltwater tanks. I just can't keep up with them right now based on where I'm at in this stage of my life. So we're going to kind of simplify it a little bit. You know, take away some of the worry and the anxiousness about like making sure these things look nice. And hopefully it will make for cleaner, nicer looking tanks and better videos for the channel when I do create them. So the last thing I wanted to touch upon, and did I say I was going to talk about me first and then the tanks, and I talked about the tanks anyway? I don't know. But so a brief update on myself. We're currently November 20th, 21st? Today's the 21st. Back in August, at the end of August, I ruptured my Achilles tendon. So I had surgery on September 1st, and I couldn't put any weight on it for a few weeks, and then weight bearing is minimal at best. Then I had a walking boot. I'm now into shoes, which is great. I can walk around the house kind of bare feet and in socks, but that was also another reason why I had a real hard time keeping up with the tanks, keeping up with the videos. I just didn't like, it's been hard to do pretty much anything. Like I have a much better appreciation for people that have injuries and handicaps, because like, man, like losing the use of one leg for a few months is like it sucks, but it's like an inconvenience to what some people go through and deal with. So that is just the other reason why I've kind of been out of it for a while. But anyway, for those of you who are watching this video, I really appreciate you sticking with the channel. Hopefully that means you're still subscribed. I'm still going to be doing videos every now and then, but like I said, it's not going to be regular. But I'm hoping that, you know, I can like reimagine this into a nice little freshwater tank, give some people some good advice in that space, and take it back to simpler days, I would say. So once again, I'm the Fish Tank Guy. Thank you so much for checking out this video and checking out this channel. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you like this video. And how do I end these things again? Oh, that's right. Until a future Fish Tank Guy video, I will see you guys soon.